Welcome to Monday Sports Talk, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great start to the week. Strap yourselves in, guys. We've got a great episode for you, as always. I got a lot of football to discuss with you guys today. I got to go over this past week's action. Patriots, Cowboys, you name it. I also got some college football action for you guys, as always. Let's lock in. Let's go, baby.
Wow.
Guys, I hope everybody's having a great start to the week, as always. You know, I have to say, I don't know where to start here. So, I'm going to just throw you guys a little bit of a curveball. And I want to start about a team that really caught my eye this past week in NFL. Not in a good way, but they definitely caught my eye just a little bit. And that's the New York Jets. All right. Now, the New York Jets, guys, I have to say, are an example of, I think, of what's going to be like a mid-level team this year. They got the talent. They really do. But they just can't execute. I don't know why, you know. I don't know if it's their coaching. I don't know if it's their quarterback. I don't know. Their offensive line, I know, is trash. But it really showed me yesterday. Cowboys-Jets game yesterday. It really showed me that it really showed me that the Jets have flaws. I kind of figured their Monday night win against the Bills was a flash in the pan. I said, there's no way that the Jets can consistently win like this. And like I said, it showed. It showed yesterday against the Cowboys. Now, granted, I'm not trying to take away from what the Cowboys did, because what the Cowboys did yesterday was impressive. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the Cowboys are really improving, it seems. Again, we're only into this was only week 2. Again, I can't really put a lot of stock into how the Cowboys really are going to look. Now, I know I've talked to a couple of people, and they're saying the Cowboys are holding back. That could be true. I can see that. I can honestly see that. And if that's the case, they're playing smart. Because you don't want to unload everything you have early on in the season, because then you look like garbage near the end. You want to build momentum as the season goes on. And I think, honestly, the way Dallas is doing it is the smart way. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Dallas's defense, to me, I've been watching football since the 90s, okay? So we're talking 20 plus years. Ever since, and I've even looked at defenses, because I'm a big defensive guy. For those of y'all that don't know what my style is like when it comes to football, I love defense. I played it. I coached it. I fucking love it. It is, to me, the greatest freaking position in all of football. I mean, granted, there's only 2 positions, offense and defense. But I friggin' love it, because it really is hard to play defense. I've argued with so many people over this, but it is so much harder to play and be successful on defense than to play and be successful on offense. And here's the thing: when you're playing on the offense, you know what you're running. Every position on the offense knows what they are running, from the O-line to the receivers to the quarterback to the running back to the tight ends. They all know what they're running. All they got to do is execute it. That's it. On offense, it's all about execution. There's no critical thinking that really goes into playing offense. I mean, yeah, you got to have some critical thinking skills to be able to remember the plays. Don't get me wrong, but that's it. After that, all you got to do is just execute. With the defense, though, you got to play craps every single time you go out there. Every single play, you're playing craps because you don't know what the offense is going to do. All you can do is throw a play out there on defense and you hope it works. Because if you make one wrong move on the defense, that's it. You're screwed. You're done. You're done for. So, to me, there's a lot more thinking and a lot more play calling, game planning, you name it, that goes into playing defense. So, that being said, the way the Cowboys defense is playing right now is astounding. And it starts with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, I will say, I have said this for years. Dan Quinn is a badass defensive coordinator. Dallas they better be thanking their lucky stars right now, no pun intended, by the way, that they still have him. Because he almost left. He was up for head coaching jobs this past off season. And he interviewed for a couple of them too. So the fact that Dallas kept him, they better be thanking their lucky stars. Now, I don't think Dan Quinn could probably be a head coach anymore because he proved that he sucked. He was terrible as a head coach when he was in Atlanta. He was absolutely garbage. But now, he's calling a great defense in Dallas. This defense is reminding me a lot of the 77 Falcons. For those of you that don't know about the 77 Falcons, okay? Let me give you a little history lesson here. The 77 Falcons have been voted as probably one of the most dominant defenses of all time. Like, if you look at their stats, it's probably one of the most historic ever. Their offense was just god-awful and couldn't fucking score. That was the problem. That's why they didn't even make the playoffs, I don't think, that year. The 2000 Ravens, that's another defense that I always kind of see as historic too. They were very good. The Steelers defenses of the 70s, when they were winning 4 out of 6 Super Bowls, they were really good too. Dallas is really starting to show me that they are up there with those teams. They really are. Like, it's impressive. It's really impressive. Last night, well, actually not last night, yesterday afternoon, when they were playing the Jets, their defense forced 4 turnovers. Their defense has 7 turnovers in 2 games. Their defense has only allowed 10 points in 2 games. Dallas's, that is, for those, just not to confuse anybody. Micah Parsons has 5 sacks on the season already. The way that the Dallas defense is playing, they are going to be in these games. They are going to be a tough out each and every week because of this. They are going to be a tough out. Now, I want to see what they do against the Niners here in 3 weeks. They play the Niners week 5. That is going to be the test. I've told a few Cowboys fans already because I'm already hearing the rumblings. I'm already hearing it. It's our year. We're back. It's the Super Bowl and bust. Blah, blah, blah already. Calm your jets. No pun intended there either, by the way. Calm it down. Look, it's week 2. Yes. Have they looked good? Absolutely. But they've also played against 2 god-awful quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is not good. Zach Wilson is terrible. They are both overrated.
I have discussed this with Cowboys fans, especially about Daniel Jones. I'm not going to get into him right now because I'm going to go on a rant about him for probably 10 minutes because I can't stand the guy. But him and Zach Wilson are not that good, okay? Now, I do think that the Cowboys are not overrated. They're not. They are not. They're a great team. They got to get better on offense, though. Looking at their offense again yesterday, their offense only scored points mainly off of field goals. They kicked 5 field goals in the game. You're not going to win games doing that. You're not. I'm sorry. You are not going to win games just by kicking field goals, getting the majority of your points on field goals. I don't care how good your defense is. You're not going to win each and every week doing that. Yeah, you'll play the bad teams, and you can do that. Like next week when they play Arizona, they could probably get away with that. Honestly, yeah, I can see that. But if you try to do that against a team like Philly or like San Francisco or Green Bay, well, not even Green Bay because Green Bay's really not that good on offense. But I'm trying to think what another team would be. Kansas City. Kansas City's another one. You can't play like that against those teams. Cincinnati, even though Cincinnati's 0-2 right now, you can't play like that against them. No. That's not going to work. Like, yeah, for the majority of the season you probably could. But no. Dallas, you guys are doing the right thing, though. You guys are impressing me. I will say this, keep it up. Keep chugging along. We'll see how they do next week against Arizona. And, which I think that's going to be a win, of course, because Arizona freaking sucks. Like, we all know as football fans, everybody knows Arizona is tanking on purpose, but without even saying it. We know. Everybody knows. It's really freaking obvious. Like, I don't care what Jonathan Gannon says as head coach. He's the head coach of the Cardinals, by the way. I don't care what Jonathan Gannon says. They're losing on purpose. It's pretty freaking obvious. I do want to move on, though, guys. I got to talk about the Patriots. I got to talk about the Patriots. Hey, I'm wearing a Patriots shirt right now. It's my Ezekiel Elliott shirt, by the way. It's what I'm going to be repping this whole season, honestly. Where do I start? Jesus Christ. Where do I start with this team? I'm so just speechless. I don't know. I don't want to put a fork in the season right now, but part of me wants to and just say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just tank for Shedeur Sanders. Like, that's about where I'm at. Like, but at the same time, I don't know if Mac is really the problem. Because he's not a bad quarterback. He's not. Like, I don't want to think he is. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, is it hard for him to play mistake-free football? Yes. But there's also some other issues going on in the New England Patriots. One, they're on their 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 seasons. Mac Jones has not had any consistency when it comes to offensive coordinators. So I don't blame him there. They don't really have a true number one guy at wide receiver either. Or at the skill position. Well, at least on offense. They don't. Like, yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is good, but he's a running back. Like, you can't rely off of freaking Ramondre and Zeke to carry your offense. The friggin', the receiving core is out there in left field. I don't know what is going on with them. Demario Douglas, their rookie wide receiver, he got benched yesterday because he fumbled and turned the ball over. But the thing is, it goes back to what I'm saying. New England has a really good defense. Their defense this year is solid. Their defense is keeping them in their games. The problem is the offense isn't waking up. The offense needs to wake up and start not wait. They can't just wait until near the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter to finally start scoring. You can't do that. You have to be awake from the jump. Mac Jones's numbers, again, this past week, were really good. He put up almost 300 yards again on 31 completions. But you gotta score on offense. One thing about the New England offense that really gets me this year is their line. That line is fucking terrible. It is terrible. Like, Mac's friggin' running for his life because they can't do nothing. And then they're doing these trick plays. You got freaking Mike Gesicki throwing laterals to a goddamn offensive lineman to try and get a friggin' fourth down conversion. What are you doing? Like, to me, the New England is playing schoolyard bullshit football on offense right now. And in the NFL, playing schoolyard bullshit ain't gonna get you anywhere. Then it's not. And I don't know what Billy O's thinking. As I know Billy O is not a terrible offensive coordinator. He never has been. But something has got to give. I don't know what it is. But something's got to give. I mean, this is bad, guys. This is bad. Like, and again, I'm not trying to say that the season's over. I'm not, guys. But the Patriots, they got to get it together. I watched this game last night, and they looked god-awful. Like, I'm not even excited right now. I'm not. I don't even know if they'll beat the Jets next week. I'm going to be honest. I really don't even know if they'll beat the Jets next week. I freaking hope so, because I'll tell you, they need some momentum. You know, it's going to be a long season. For all you Patriots fans out there other than me, it's going to be a long year. Just strap yourselves in, guys. It's going to be a long year. I have a feeling we're probably going to finish last in the division. Who knows? We might even like get a top 10 draft pick this year. And if we do, again, give me Shedeur Sanders at this point. What the fuck do we got to lose at this point, guys? Give me Shedeur Sanders. Because I think he'd be better than Mac. I really do. But again, I can't say anything because I can't compare college to the NFL. And I think we're just wasting time with Mac Jones. Again, that's my personal opinion, though. I go back and forth on him. And, you know, I don't want to stick a fork in him yet, but I'm getting close. Because I'm not seeing anything. He can't score, hardly. You know, New England's offense can't score more than 20 points a game with him. Like, it's not good. Like, that's another team that really needs to fix their offense, is the Patriots. The Patriots and the Cowboys both need to fix their offense. Again, though, it could go back to what I was saying. New England could be holding out. I don't know. I don't know, but something is telling me they're not. And then I get into it with these people on social media about how, the Patriots dynasty was 100% because of Brady. That is not fucking true. Do I think Brady was a big part in it? Oh, absolutely. I'm not taking that away from him, but he is not 100% the reason why the Patriots were a dynasty for 20 years. He's not. I'm sorry. Like, case in point, one year that he didn't play, New England still had a winning record with friggin' Randy Moss and Wes Welker. That just shows you he had good players around him. Then, when he went to fucking Tampa Bay, they had to build a super team around him for him to be good. I guarantee you this. When he went to Tampa Bay, Brady,
If he didn't have Antonio Brown and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Gronk and that freaking defense that they had, because I think they had the number 1 defense in the league that year, he wouldn't have done shit there. I can tell you that right now. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have won a Super Bowl with them. I can tell you that. He would not have won a Super Bowl with them at all. But we'll see. I will tell you this. The New England Patriots dynasty was a great one. But it was not all because of Brady. If you go back and look at the stats at some of the games that they played, especially early on in Brady's career, there was some low-scoring games, let me tell you. Hell, I remember there was one year they played the Dolphins. It was in 2003. So this is Brady's, 3rd year starting. They scored 3 points on offense and won the game. Tell me how that works. And the Brady, the fair weather fans, oh, that's because the salary cap was different back then. Blah, 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 blah. Give me a fucking break, the salary cap. I don't want to hear that bullshit excuse. Talent is talent. It's got nothing to do with fucking salary caps and free agency and fucking trading this and trading that and blah, 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 blah. No, it has to do with talent. It has to do with coaching. People that just sit on their fucking asses and don't fucking know shit about football don't know that. It's talent. It's coaching. That's how you win. You're going to sit there and tell me that it was all Brady, that nobody was calling plays? No. It starts with coaching. That's where your building blocks go when it comes to a pyramid of a football team. It starts with your coaching at the base. Then you got your players and your game plan and schemes. People just don't fucking understand. They really don't. You know, and I'm going on a rant here, guys, because I'm very, very protective of my team. I've rode with this team through the good and the bad. And I will always ride with them. Yeah, will I criticize them when the criticism needs to be said? Abso-fucking-lutely. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to cheer for them. I'm still going to cheer for my team. And I'm going to defend them whenever the fucking Brady tards, as I call them, start fucking coming in and saying, oh, this just shows that it was all Brady, you know. No. And I got so many fucking articles saved on my phone that I can use as firepower. New England had some badass defenses. And the old saying goes, you don't win championships without a defense. New England had some fucking badass defenses those years that they were winning with Brady. And you go look, their scoring defenses were top 10 in the league almost every year. Except for maybe a couple of years. Top 10, some top 5, some top 3. You're going to sit there and tell me that no other quarterback that has that would have any success like Brady had? Yeah, maybe not the same, but pretty damn close. I would say pretty damn close with the defenses that he had and the skill level, talent that he had around him. You're going to sit there and tell me with Randy Moss and Wes Welker you're not going to win games. You're going to sit there and tell me with Gronk and Edelman you're not going to win games. With friggin', the running backs weren't the greatest, don't get me wrong, but they did enough. With the offensive lines, Brady's offensive lines were top 5, top 10 in the league every year. Every fucking year that he played. You are going to sit there and tell me that no quarterback would have any success like Brady did with a top 5, top 10 offensive line, with a top 3 to top 5, top 10 scoring defense every year almost, plus enough skill level or enough talent at the skill level positions on offense to be able to score. Really? Come on now. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. It's ridiculous, guys. New England
we'll get better. And I know, and here's the thing, people don't realize New England starts off slow every year, so I always have to tell myself that, and then they pick it up as the season goes on. After about like the first month of the season, they normally pick it up. So I think they will. I think it'll be okay. Also, we also had college football action this past weekend. There's a couple of games I want to talk about. First off, good job, Texas, Longhorn Nation, beating up on Wyoming 31-10. I was a little nervous though. They didn't look too good. I'm not gonna lie. It was 10-10 going into the fourth quarter, and then Texas finally woke up. They gotta be better than that. You know, I think they were still celebrating from the Bama win. So they gotta stay focused because they got a trap game coming up this week against Baylor on the road in Waco. Texas has got to come ready to play that game. If not, they're gonna get beat because Baylor's a sneaky team. Even though they're 1-2, they're a sneaky team, and they always play Texas tough. Every year they play Texas tough because that's like their Super Bowl. So Sarkisian really has to get the guys focused, get them ready, and get them going when they go to Waco this coming Saturday. I will definitely be watching that game because I think I don't know what time it starts. Is it 2:30? I think it starts at 2:30 Central Time. Either way, it's going to be a great game. I can't wait. Also, I want to send a little shout out to Colorado University. What a great win they had. They were playing their in-state rival, Colorado State. That was a great game. Colorado had to come back, tied it up late in the fourth, went into double overtime, won in double overtime. It was great. It was awesome. You know, Shedeur Sanders really is starting to be that guy when it comes to Colorado's team. He is that guy. Dion is coaching these guys perfectly, too. Granted, I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble these next couple weeks. One, they don't have Travis Hunter, who is Shedeur's security blanket. He's out. He got hurt in the game against Colorado State, and he's out for a few weeks because he's got something in here, like a midsection abdominal injury, I think. So he's out for a few weeks. He had to go to the hospital after he got hit. I thought he just got a concussion. No, it was more than that. So he had to go to the local hospital that night. I think he tried to stick it out until halftime, as it happened in the first half. So he stood on the sidelines until halftime, and then after that they took him to the hospital. So I don't know what went down. Nothing's really being said, but from what I've been reading, it is true. He is going to miss a few weeks. So Shedeur is really going to have to get the other guys involved. They got Oregon this week. Oregon is tough. Oregon is a very tough team. Now, Colorado is going to have to play a lot smarter than they did against Colorado State if they're going to want to beat these guys. Plus, this is going to be the test to see if they really are for real. And then after that, they got USC. Those are going to be two tough games. If Colorado can get out of those 2 weeks with at least one win, then I will say they're for real. But if not, then it's going to be like, okay, they can't really beat good teams. They're just a flash in the pan. You know, I don't want that to happen, but something is telling me that is what is going to happen. I'm going to stay positive, though, because you guys know I love my college football. To me, it's more energetic. It's more exciting than the NFL. But because there's more at stake, and these guys are trying to play for the next level. You know, they're trying to get to the peak, the top. You know, they play in the National Football League. So these guys are balling. You know, these guys are balling out every week. Also, I saw Tennessee got beat by Florida. I was very, very taken back by that. To me, that kind of shows Tennessee ain't that good this year. Which I thought they were a flash in the pan anyway. I know, last year they had a very upper class laden team, and I think Hendon Hooker was a better quarterback than Joe Milton. So I just think Tennessee is going to be one of those average teams again. They lose only like a couple of games a year. They won't go to the SEC championship though, because they're not going to beat Georgia. Georgia's going to destroy them, And then plus, them losing to Florida wasn't good because they're in the same division as Florida, so that wasn't really good either. But yeah, it's really starting to show that each team in both college and the NFL, you're really starting to see who's who. Like it's gonna really start happening soon. But for now, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna have another episode for you probably later this week. We're gonna go over. We're gonna preview this coming week's football action. There's a lot to preview, a lot to go over. I will give you guys my predictions on that too. But for now, guys, have a great rest of your week. It's a great day down here in Texas. It's 90 degrees. It's sunny. It's starting to kind of, be a little bit bearable. Let's just keep chugging along as always, guys. Take it easy. I'll talk to you all later.